Hey, what's up, Laker Nation? It's your boy DTLF, man. Back with another live stream. Boy, oh boy, we got the Detroit Pistons today standing in our way, and it's going to be a bit of a tall task, guys. Just a little bit of a tall task, especially because Brandon Ingram is still not back from his injury. So that's a little upsetting to hear, since it was supposed to be just a slight, sprain, but I'm sorry, a slight groin injury, but it turns out it's become something more serious than what we initially expected it to be. But nonetheless, we're gonna have a shot tonight to go up against the Pistons. They recently acquired in the trade deadline Blake Griffin, and we all know he likes to kill the Lakers. Now he has a crazy front court mate in Andre Drummond. So that's going to be a tandem we've never seen before, and we're going to have to prepare for it because we're still undermanned. No Brandon Ingram still, no Isaiah Thomas, no Josh Hart. Hopefully Channing Frye plays a little bit, gives us some minutes. Hey, what's up? How you doing, everybody? Man, my afternoon is good. I'll tell you, man, the Los Angeles Rams, and I know it's a Lakers channel, but I got to report on it because I'm a big Rams fan, just got Ndamukong Suh. All right, we just signed him in free agency, so we're going to have one of the most stacked teams that we've had in a long time, as a Rams fan. It's crazy how they turned it around in 1 year. Jeff Fisher, good riddance. Get a new head coach, Sean McVay, and now we're landing marquee free agents, which is what I want the Lakers to do. So hopefully this is a good omen to the beginning of the Lakers offseason. But the Rams have had one of the best off seasons I've seen in a long time, man. So shout out to the Rams, baby. I can't wait for training camp to start. And Ndamukong Suh, man, we're going to have one of the best defenses, if not the best defense that I've seen in a while. So, man, I'm super hyped, guys. Hopefully you guys are as well. Now back to the Lakers. I want to see Bryant too, man. I agree with you, bro. We haven't seen much of Thomas Bryant. It'd be nice. We recalled him from the G League today, him and Gary Payton. So hopefully, Gary Payton II, hopefully they get some playing times today. If they don't get playing time, honestly, I'm not sure if they're going to get any, for the rest of the season, because I see that Luke likes to keep his rotations with the guys he trusts. So what's up, Mortal? How you guys doing, huh? But all in all, guys, it's been a great day for me already. It's a major plus that we got, the Rams got Ndamukong Suh, and we're going to have one of the best defenses in the NFL. Again, I want the Lakers to follow the same blueprint. And I think, like I said, LA is big time with recruiting, Also, the Rams are trying to trade for Odell Beckham Jr. So they, according to sources, they're actually trying to work a trade out. That's nuts, baby. That's nuts. If that happens, guaranteed Super Bowl, but we'll see, man. Super hype, guys. Dan, I had a bad day at work, and the Laker win would go a long way, sincerely. Man, I hope we get that win for you, bro, for all of the nation. But, yeah, hopefully. Bryant deserves some playing time. Yes, sir. Yes, he does. Bryant definitely deserves playing time. I can't wait to see what he does if he does get it this season, because we're going to need a center moving forward, for the next season. And that might be addressed during the offseason through free agency. Some people have been saying Dedmon is a good addition if we go after him, or via free agency. If not free agency, maybe the draft. They have a couple of under-the-radar centers. Again, not going to get too much into that till the offseason, but I got you guys covered. It's all about the 49ers. The NFC is ours. Heck no. Rams Nation all day, baby. I'll tell you, my brother's a 49ers fan, and you guys look solid, but your quarterback's improving. It was a small sample size last season and pretty irrelevant game. So we'll see what he does this season after he got the big bucks. I'm doing good, Matt. Rams just got Ndamukong Suh, man. So I'm super hyped, bro. One of the best defenses I believe we're ever going to see are going to be formed next season with the Rams, man. Dan, Luke says he's giving Fry some minutes today. Great. I've been waiting for that. I mean, he's a guy who could stretch the floor for us. Well, depending on how healthy he is, but he's a guy who can stretch the floor. He's a guy who can potentially, defend the pick and roll a little bit better than some of the backup bigs we have, especially Zubats. So, yeah, let's see what happens. Markelle Fultz to return today versus the Nuggets. Yes, I saw that, Josh. It's going to be interesting to see if they play him. I heard he was going to come off the bench. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Donald and Sue are going to tear it up. Absolutely, man. No Brandon Ingram, unfortunately, today. Marcus, that's horrible. I thought this injury was a lot less severe than what it's coming out to be, or maybe we're just being overprotected. But every game they tell us, he's likely to come back the next game, and they did it again today. They said, oh, he's targeting that Wednesday return date. Well, they said that like 2 weeks ago. So how about them Eagles, Dan, man? Good for you guys. You guys got a Super Bowl. But I'll tell you what, man. Rams taking over this year. Addison, Rams taking over, man. No hard feelings. Rams spent all in on defense and lost talent on offense. You know what? But, Mark, we already had a dynamic offense. If maybe we can add through the draft. Again, if we trade for Odell Beckham Jr., watch out, man. I'm telling you right now. Guaranteed Super Bowl, barring any crazy injuries. But if you can get Jared Goff, a number one option like Odell, and we have the best running back in the league already, that would be nuts, man. Not to mention our defense. And I like some of the rookies that we had last season. So can't wait for the season to start, man. Super. I haven't been this hyped about a football season in a long time. Again, I'm a diehard Rams fan since they came here to LA. I already liked them when they were in St. Louis. I like their young talent. However, I love them now that they're here in LA. They're my football version of the Lakers, and to me, the Chargers are the Clippers because they came later and they don't even belong here. They should have stayed in San Diego. So, damn, if we had BI, we'd probably have a shot at the A seed. Yeah, man, unfortunately. But you know what? There's always next season, and we accomplished enough. We accomplished enough already this season, so I'm pretty hyped. Hey, what's up, Riza? How you doing, bro? All LA teams on the rise besides the Chargers and Clippers. Yeah, they should go somewhere else, man. Honestly, I think the Chargers should have stayed in San Diego. I mean, they had a good fan base there. It is what it is. To me, they're always going to be the San Diego Chargers. There you go, Andrew. I think just like you, bro. Hey, what's up, George? How you doing, man? And Josh Hart has his circled return date to be on the 30th of this month. So hopefully we get him back real soon. Yeah, the Rams did have a lot more history in LA. I agree, Blue. Yep, Chargers need to kick rocks along with the Clippers. Definitely, man. I mean, come on now. We don't need two teams here in LA, football or basketball for that matter. But they want to live in the shadow. It is what it is. This is Rams Nation. This is Laker City, followed by Dodger Town, followed by UCLA, and then I would put the Rams right there, right after. So those are the top four teams, man. Everybody else could kick rocks. Hey, Dan, how many games do you think we lost due to bad coaching? I already mentioned it, man. I think anywhere from 10 to 15, maybe even more. I don't know. But I think we could have won a lot of those close games, or at least the coaching staff could have put us in a better position to close out games. Put the ball in the right person's hands to close out games. How many close games have we lost? I mean, I lost count. But if the ball would have been in Brandon Ingram's or Kuzma's hands, or somebody else, instead of Julius, because Julius to me seems to get a little sloppy when it's in the fourth quarter. They dig on him, he loses the ball, or he will turn it over. I wouldn't like him closing out games personally. I like him throughout the course of a game, and if he's hot, you go to him. But to close out games, I prefer Kuzma, Ingram, and I don't know, and whoever else is hot in that no particular order, but just that would be my three options. Dan, LA also had another star. Ibrahimovic is coming to the Galaxy. Oh yeah, man, I heard about that. That's crazy. That's interesting, man. We'll see. I mean, how old is the guy? I don't know how much he has left in the tank, but it'll be interesting to watch. I'm not much of an MLS fan. I'd rather watch those overseas teams, but I mean, any LA team is cool with me, man. I'll probably tune in here and there. How many free throws? Yeah, that too. Free throws lost us a ton of games. Lost count again. If I would have kept the chart, probably be filled up right now. They never called it fair in the lane for Randall the whole season. Yeah, that's true. That's another good point, Venice. That is a very good point. Julius Randle, I think a lot of it is the way he plays. He plays like a brute. Like he's a tough, old school type power forward, a banger down low, which we love. But the league has gone soft. So now I feel like anything is a charge on him. And he doesn't get enough calls because they automatically assume he's tough like that. So I don't know, man. the NBA reffing has been atrocious, not just for the Lakers, but there's been several stars that have come on record and said, you know what, they need to fire these refs and start all over, clean slate. Dan, were you still a Rams fan back in '94 when they moved out of LA? Man, I'm young, bro. I wasn't watching nothing. I was only 3 years old back then. So yeah, I wasn't a Rams fan back then. But I'll tell you what, man, I always wanted a team to come back to LA, whether it be the Raiders, the Rams, or the Chargers. You know, I always loved football, but I never had a team to cheer for. I just basically like different teams every year, you know. But I mean, I was on a bandwagon because we didn't have a team here in LA. And I vowed that the first team that comes to LA is going to get my full devotion. And I'm glad it was the Rams because they had a young, talented core, you know, and we just keep building on that. So I'm happy, man. Yo, Dan, you rocking with the World Cup this summer? Yes, sir, man. What do you think is going to keep us entertained between that little spurt where we don't get Lakers news or basketball? It's going to be the World Cup. So I'm hyped, man. You know what? Mexico the other day beat what was it that we were playing? I forgot. I think it was Great Britain, or I forgot who we were playing, but I saw the score, man. It was 3-0, and it looked pretty solid. I don't think that's the A team neither, so I can't wait to see what they could do in the World Cup. Thanks, bro. I appreciate you, man. You the man, dog. Thank you, man. Dan, how do you like the Rams over the 49ers? Man, the 49ers are in San Francisco. My brother has always liked the 49ers, but I liked them when they had Kaepernick. You know, they made that little run. Again, I told you I didn't have a football team back then. I used to like the New York Giants. I used to like the 49ers, the Raiders, Cali teams mostly, but I'd never liked the Chargers. I don't know, something about Phillip Rivers. I just think they should get rid of him and look for a different quarterback. I feel like he's not going to get him out of that. You know, I don't know. I don't like the Chargers. I never have. That's the only Cali team I never liked, the San Diego Chargers. But like I said, I'm glad it was the Rams. I remember when they were lobbying to get a team here to LA, I was praying to God it was the Rams. You know, that way we could start fresh with a young team. That's exciting. Kind of like the Oklahoma City Thunder got, you know, the Thunder from Seattle when they had, you know, Russell Westbrook and KD and James Harden, all these guys, you know. So that's basically what the Rams are to me, in my eyes, football version, you know. And now we're going to start competing right off the bat. Oh, my God. LA football is about to be lit this season. I can't wait, man. We've been waiting for this moment. I mean, LA is built for the Super Bowl. You know, we need a team that'll take us to the promised land, baby. Dan, will you be into the reunion in LA with LeBron and Kyrie? Not really. Not really. Yo soy mexicano también, Seb. I'm right there with you, bro. Canelo ate bad meat. It's common in Mexico. Oh, yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, I heard about that for sure. Tried watching soccer. Used to take my little sister to soccer games, but watching one game kind of boring. I need more action, football or basketball. I'm right there with you. However, the World Cup is one of those family events, especially for us Hispanics. Like, it's just like, I don't know how to explain it, man. It's just one of those events where you gather with your family, and it's beautiful to watch, and it just brings people together. And you know, you root for your country, or you either root for USA or Mexico. If you're Mexican American like me, you know, I root for Mexico first simply because of my mom, my ancestors, my culture. You know, you're proud of your Mexican culture as well as the American culture. You know, I root for them when they're not facing us. But all in all, man, I'm excited for this World Cup. It's once every 4 years. That's basically the bulk of soccer that I watch. I don't really watch. I don't have time to keep tabs on all the different leagues. I mean, there's so many of them, you know. But, you know, Real Madrid is one of my favorite teams, you know, to watch the highlights here and there. Once in a while, I'll catch a game, you know. Hey, George, I appreciate you, bro. Thank you, man. Dan, coups for Kawhi? No coups for Kawhi. And if you want to know why, go check basketballreference.com and compare both of those players at the stages that they're on. And basically, Kawhi Leonard is a 16 point per game scorer on a career, and Brandon Ingram's already eclipsing that barely in his second season. So I think his ceiling offensively is better, and his defensively, it could be a little under Kawhi, but it could still be really good. So I was sad when USA couldn't even beat Trinidad and Tobago to get into the World Cup. Yeah, that was a little shocking, man. That was a shocker. Major fail for them, but it is what it is, man. Dan, would you trade Kawhi or wait for him as a free agent in 2019? That part. Good question, Kobe. I would wait for him simply because I don't want to give up too much We have a bright young core, and I feel like keeping it intact is imperative to us having a legacy for the next 9 to 10 years, rather than breaking it up for like a little 2 to 3 year run. So personally, me, I'll take the long haul of success plus immediate success if we can land those max free agents and free agency. I mean, we have all the tools, so let's do it. DTLF, Rivers and Gates are walking Hall of Famers, and let me go up. Sorry about that, bro. Rivers and Gates are walking Hall of Famers, and when could I grab that jacket? It's so nice. Let's get this W. I'd like a new steak. Yes, sir. Yeah, I mean, Rivers and Gates, and also people forget about LaDainian Tomlinson, man. Those guys were great. I was never a fan of the Chargers. My brother used to like the Niners and the Chargers. Those were his two favorite teams. But, I watched a lot of Chargers football just because of my bro. So shout out to my bro, Josh. But at the end of the day, again, I've been waiting for the Rams all year. Who are you a bigger fan of, the Rams or the Lakers? Lakers, man. Lakers are my number one team in the world, like hands down. Lakers for life. Like I never miss a Laker game, even if unless it's an emergency or I have to do something for the family. That's the only time I'll miss Laker games. But even if, let's say it's the playoffs on another sport and I want to watch, or the NCAA tournament, I still keep it tuned into the Lakers. I don't flip out of the Lakers. Once they're on, they're the priority. Even my girl knows, and I love her, God bless her, but she respects my Laker time. She watches with me, or if she has something to do, she'll watch, but she always gives me my space because she knows since the day she met me, she knows I was a diehard, so yes, sir. Lakers for life, baby. Can't wait, guys. I can't wait. Dodger fan? You know what? I'm not a huge baseball fan, but yes, if I did have to pick a team, it's the Dodgers, simply because Magic Johnson owns a stake in the team, and also because they're fun to watch in the postseason. Again, the baseball season is too long for me. Based on my time, I don't have too much time to tune in. I might watch the highlights on ESPN here and there, but I wouldn't really. I consider myself a fair weather Dodger fan, meaning I only tend to watch when they make a deep playoff run. I'm gonna be keeping 100 with you guys, 100%. Because baseball is probably like on the bottom of my favorite sports. I'm not really a huge fan of that. I feel like everyone spoke Warriors injuries into existence. Every time I would hear analysts talk about Warriors, they would throw barring injury almost as if they were wishing it upon them. Nah, man. Nobody wishes. I mean, unless you have an evil heart, you should never wish injury. Even your rivals, you never want to wish injuries on them. If you want to beat a team and prove you're the best, you want to beat them at their best. You got to get through the best to be the best. That's just my theory. I'm a competitor. So if the Lakers were in the playoffs this year and we had all these stars and we were favorites to win it, I would like to face the Warriors at their best. But, it's unfortunate for them. But yeah, it's always barring injury, not just for the Warriors, it's for any team. Barring injuries, you always hear that because injuries can change so much. I've been saying that my dark horse is to win the whole thing this year is the Houston Rockets. I'm going to stand by that. I feel like the Houston Rockets are going to be the dark horse, especially with these injuries. It opens up the West. And I think they're going to, not a cakewalk, but I think they're going to rather easily handle teams out West. And in the East, I don't think there's anybody that could match their shooting firepower. They're fast breaking, and they actually have good defense in spurts, with guys like Trevor Ariza, Clint Capella. So, so much, man. Yeah, the game starts at 4 Pacific time today, guys. Lakers versus Detroit Pistons. So make sure that you tune in. It's an early start because East Coast, we're playing Detroit. Julius Randle, 2018 Most Improved Player. I think so, Vincent. I think it's between him and let's see who else made a huge leap. Brandon Ingram made a huge leap too, but I don't think they'll give it to him. Yeah, I like Julius. I like Julius for that award. That'd be great. Hey, Dan, I used to box for a living, and I think this young team needs some foot drills. Foot drills. Interesting. Interesting, man. Can you elaborate on it? What do you mean by foot drills exactly? I'm not sure. I'm not that much into the boxing field. Like, I don't understand what that means. Spurs want Ingram and Kuzma. They're crazy. They can kick rocks. We'll just get them for nothing in 2019 if that's the case. That's why it gets me when people say Warriors gonna win the next 4 championships. Only 1 and 2 injuries away. Anything can happen. Exactly, Kevin King. Yeah, it drives me crazy too when people pencil in, and nothing's ever a for sure thing. Anything can happen during the course of a season, long season. That's why it's always important to have a lot of depth on your team. Now, the Warriors, they have a lot of depth. However, most of their depth is in the form of star players, and most of their star players are injured. So if they're injured and going into the playoffs, they're going to be very vulnerable because they don't have a lot of depth off the bench. Dan, I'm a Lakers fan for life also. I don't work if Lakers play during the playoffs. That's right, Vincent. But, hey, keep your day job, baby. Don't want you to end up on the street. So do what you got to do. But, yeah, prioritize the Lakers no matter what. I feel you, bro. Oladipo will win most improved player most likely. I completely flew over my head. I forgot about Victor Oladipo. I agree. Yeah, most likely he's the favorite. Hey, caught some of the pregame. What up, DTLF? What's up, Lake Shaw? How you doing, my boy? Sadly, I think Victor Oladipo has the most improved player award on lock. Yeah, I agree, bro. 100%. Dan, who has been the most disappointing Laker this year? Had you asked me this question a little bit earlier in the season, I would have said Brook Lopez because he played like an all-star in Brooklyn, but then he came here and just bombed it. But lately he's picked up his play, so he got out of my doghouse. I would probably have to pick Ivica Zubac, man. I feel like he's regressed. Instead of progressing, I feel like he's regressed. And most of the time, those are the signs that a player really can't go past a certain level. But it's still early, still a project. I haven't given up on him. But, yeah, Zubac has been a little disappointing, to say the least. 100%. 100%. Kawhi for Kuzma, Zubac, and the Cavs pick, and a future pick. Would you do it? If we do that and sign PG, the defensive big, we have the best defense in the league by far, and also one of the best offenses. Well, I wouldn't do it. I mean, I'm sure there's a handful of Laker fans that maybe, they want to do that move. But again, I'm a firm believer that Kawhi Leonard is a product of the system, meaning that offensively he looks so much better because he is in Greg Popovich's system. Defensively, he's an absolute animal. But do I trade one of my favorite players in Kyle Kuzma, who has the brightest of futures and is averaging 16 points already in his rookie season, for a player that has averaged 16 points in a great system throughout his career, and, of course, has been the MVP of the finals. But I think that's more due to Pop. I'm not sure I'd do that trade personally, me. That's just me, though. Dad, would you trade up in the draft, maybe pick 24 and Hart for a lottery pick? No, I like Josh Hart. I like Josh Hart a lot. And, depends how high the lottery pick is. Now, the lottery pick is top 7, then maybe. Okay, even though I like Josh Hart, I think those top 7 players are going to be really good. But I really, really like Josh Hart, and I wouldn't trade him unless it's a top 7 pick. Call me crazy, but I'd rather keep Ingram and Kuz, no? I won't call you crazy, man. I'll call you sane because we think alike, bro. Lonzo was called Curry by fools. Real fans knew what he was, which was a triple-double threat, which he has been. Exceeded my overall expectations, except for the scoring has been bad. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I'm right there with you, bro. He hasn't disappointed me at all. Dan, does Lonzo need to reconstruct his shot in the offseason? I think it's just a tweak. I don't think it's a reconstruction because that's, again, Markelle Fultz, biggest example, the nearest example we could talk about. You don't want that to happen to Lonzo. Dan, I like Ware a lot, and I think we should keep Ware long-term. Yeah, depending on how the market goes and the offseason goes, most likely we will try to hold on to Ware maybe on a 2-year deal, something like that. 1 year guaranteed and 1 year player team option. But we got to keep our options flexible for the max free agents, Hey, what's up, LA Forever? How you doing, brother? Zubac is better than Sacre. That's true. He definitely has more talent, more potential, and he can produce more. I agree with that. I think we should use a 1 max player this summer and use the other next year unless they agree to take a pay cut and keep the young core. Yeah, I mean, that's very valuable way of thinking. You got to keep your options open unless you hit the home runs and you land, 2 max free agents that are going to immediately, take it to that next level. But, yeah, I agree with you, man. And what makes me agree with you more is that DeMarcus Cousins, one of my favorite free agents, got injured. So since he's probably not going to be an option, then, I think Paul George should be our priority because he fits with our player timeline, and he's one of the best defenders in the league. He would only add to this team with his shooting and with his defense. And his length and athleticism is an extra bonus, Let me see. I might have missed a couple of comments. Let me scroll up a little bit. He said, I wonder if there's any chance that MPJ can fall to us since he didn't play much. Maybe. We'll see, man. This draft is going to be very interesting. Very, very interesting. Who's staying on the roster next year? Okay. Lonzo, Kuzma, Ingram. I think Julius. You have to bring him back. Josh Hart, Zubats, and Thomas Bryant. I think those are the for sure locks to return. If I'm forgetting something, let me know in the comments below. But I think those are the for sure guys that are going to return. Among the young core, who would you trade if necessary? Again, I'm not if necessary, meaning who do we get in return? Because the only players I'm trading anybody from the young core are Anthony Davis, Giannis, Kristaps Porzingis. Well, not even Kristaps because he got injured. You just never know how he's going to be again. But that's how highly I think of the young core. Unless I get a superstar, absolute superstar in return, then I don't even want to have that conversation, So it just depends, man. How many legitimate bad games has Lonzo actually had? The media loves to inflate every bad game. I'd say he's only had about 5 to 10 bad games at most because he always plays his game and controls the pace. Yes, very well put. I agree. I haven't counted them, to be honest with you. I don't keep track of stats like that. I'm not like one of these stat padding fans. I love to keep track of stats and but there's been a handful of them that he's had, and he's had a lot more good ones than bad ones. So I agree with you. What number is our pick? Our pick right now is slotted to be the 25th because the Cavs have made a surge and have kind of ascended upwards. So it's tough, but hopefully the Cavs lose a couple more games here and it ends up being like the 22nd or something like that. I'd be happy with that. But deep draft, again, we got Kuzma 27th in last year's draft, and this draft might be even deeper. You never know. But it's exciting time of year to speculate and who's going to land here and what pick are we going to get. Exciting times. Do you think KCP will be looking for more than 15 mil again this offseason? Most likely, yes. I think KCP, the way he was playing during the first half of the season, which was atrocious, by the way, it was stat hunting. He was just looking to get up as many shots. He was breaking a lot of them. I think he's gotten a lot more comfortable in our offense. He's taking a lot more smarter shots. I don't see a lot of boneheaded plays like he was. Like there was some head scratches he would do earlier in the season that just had me completely flipping on loving him because I loved him in Detroit. But he's coming around, and I think he's gonna command a good 15 to 18 mil anywhere in the. I mean, there's plenty of teams that are gonna look for that kind of player, two-way player. So, should we re-sign KCP? Probably not, unless we miss on free agents and we need a 1-year placeholder. That's the only way. If we need to spend our money for 1 year because we missed on all the marquee free agents, all those stars, then maybe, yes, we bring him back for 1 year. Yes, good point there. Hopefully KCP goes off against his former team. Tonight we face the Detroit Pistons, and, that's KCP's former team. Also, Kyle Kuzma is, from Flint, Michigan, Detroit. So look for him to have a good night in front of his home crowd, hopefully. And it's going to be exciting. Let's see what happens. There, I don't see why we wouldn't make the playoffs next season. Again, nothing's guaranteed, but yeah, I agree with you, man. It's trending that way. I mean, we went from 26 wins last season to now we're at 32. Hopefully we get past the 36-point mark. So it's a whole 10-point jump and a whole 10-win jump. And hopefully next season we make more than a 10-win jump again, that's steady progress. Boom. Jerry West needs to be back with the Lakers. Yeah, I wish we would have did that. But unfortunately, now he looks to be invested into the Clippers. So, and they are a threat. As long as they have Jerry West, that's going to be a threat of a team. But after what they did to Blake Griffin, I don't think free agents will be looking their way anytime soon. I mean, who would like to sign with a team only to get traded out to Detroit? That's tough. And that was their franchise player too. So I don't know, man. It's not a good look for them. Are you nervous that the players on a 1-year contract are contributing the most points? No, that's what they should be doing. I mean, the players on 1-year contracts are the veterans. So that doesn't matter to me at all. I'm more happy that the young players have shown out. So the young players have outplayed the veterans on this team. And that's all you want, especially for growth purposes. So just look at the stats, and you can see that the young players have absolutely carried this team. How about the Rams? Oh, cushy, bro. I'm so hyped we got him down against Sue, and we're trying to go after Odell Beckham Jr. That happens, guaranteed Super Bowl. We're already one of the favorites. We're probably top 3 already as we are. But if we get Odell Beckham as a number 1 option slot receiver for your boy Jared Goff, oh my goodness, it's going to be scary. And I know LA forever doesn't want that, right? Because you're a Giants fan, but I'm sorry, bro. I would love to have Odell Beckham over here. They put him on the trading block, and hey, I'd rather the Rams get him than some crappy team like the Patriots. So we went from 26 wins to 32 because we are not tanking as hard though this season. Let me see. Let me go up and read that comment. Seems interesting. He said we went from 26 to 32 because we are not tanking as hard though this season. If we have kept Lou Will, we would have probably won just as many games as this year. But we got rid of him. That's a good point. I guess that's fair, but the season's not over. So, and besides, Lou Williams was really stopping the progress of a lot of our players, young, prospects. I feel like after we traded Lou Williams, Brandon Ingram's game just took off because he had that many more shots, that much more freedom. So, yeah, it was a trade that needed to happen. And as a result of that trade, we ended up getting, I'm not sure if it was Josh Hart or Kyle Kuzma. I think it was Josh Hart. Yeah, we ended up getting Josh Hart. So it was a super win for us, man, honestly. That's right, Rams fans. I see you, bro. Packers fan. Ooh. Not gonna lie. I used to like the Packers when they had Brett Favre. Man, I grew up watching Brett Favre. He was one of my favorite quarterbacks. So, Dan, would you fight Mitch Kupchak? Not at all, man. I'm a peaceful guy. I don't go up to people, disrespect them, and fight them. That's not in my MO. Unless they disrespect me or my family members, then that's a different story. But nah, man. You know what? Mitch Kupchak, at the end of the day, I feel like he had to bite the bullet because of Jim Buss. And, I still don't respect him because of what he did. I love the Lakers so much that if I was in Mitch Kupchak's position and Jim Buss is telling me to trade, to make certain moves or to sign Lul Deng and Mozgov to sabotage the franchise just in case we get fired, I'd rather step down. So that's just me, though. I agree, Cushy, man. If we get Odell, we're going to be the funnest team to watch on both sides of the football. I can't wait. Dan, a Lakers fan, the Rams are the next Warriors of the NBA? No, not the next Warriors, the next Laker dynasty type football team, man. Hopefully, because they're young, they're going to have, their core for a long time. So I feel like we're already the best defensive team. We got Sue, and we're ready to go, man. Aqib Talib. We got so many good defensive players in one offseason. Yeah, we lost a couple of key players as well, but they were going to be expensive anyways. We didn't want to franchise them. So at the end of the day, I'm very happy. This is the best offseason I've seen in football in a long time. I don't remember a better offseason than this. So get back into it, King. See, I'm telling you, man, the Rams are going to be fun to watch this season. I give the Warriors 3 more years max. And you know what, Mortal? If things don't go according to plan, Kevin Durant could opt out very easily this summer, and who knows what he could do. So anything could change. All it takes is 1 year. I'm not a Rams fan, but at least we know that top athletes like playing on a young team in LA. Exactly. And I think that's the biggest thing, is that this is a great market, no matter what the sport, Why wouldn't you want to sign with an LA team when you get the great weather, you get the great fan base, you get everything, you get all the exposure. I mean, I think this is a sign of things to come this summer for the Lakers. I think the Lakers are going to splurge as well. And I think, I'm telling you guys, man, it's going to be crazy. Dan, I was a bit late. What do we have to do to get this dub? Well, we have to make sure we stop Blake Griffin and Andre Drummond from having major rebounding games and just killing us on the glass. That's number one. We all know Blake Griffin likes to kill us. He's probably going to get his tonight. But we got to make sure we crash the glass as a team. Having Lonzo back, that always helps us. But, we'll see, man. Are you showing the game? Nah, man, we don't show the game here. This is just like a Lakers forum where we talk. This is pregame, man. We're getting everybody hyped for the game. It's about to start, though, so I'm about to get off. If you already haven't subscribed, please subscribe to this channel, man. I do pre-games, post-games, mixes, We're gonna end up having so much good content for you guys this summer. So keep it locked, guys. Much appreciated. Thank you guys for tuning in once again. I got you guys post game. You already know. Let's get this dub, Lakers. It's gonna be crucial. I believe somebody said that if we lose today, we're officially eliminated from the playoffs, which is irrelevant because most likely we're not making the playoffs anyways. But hey, a man can dream. So hopefully we can continue winning and just build on that. Try to get over 36 games and let's go. Let's get it. All right, guys. Game's on. I'm heading over. Peace out, and I'll catch you guys post game.